Welcome back to the show. Well, one of our next guests felt quite helpless when he heard that one of his best friends had fallen ill with a stage 4 of this particular disease. We're going to talk about it here, but it just shows you what it is like to have great support system around you when you're going through something like this. And we are joined by Derek Trinan and Brent Smyth. Welcome to the show. It's great to have you guys here.
Thanks for being
Old
here.
high school buddies, and it's great to see that you guys have stuck together. Derek, let's first of all start with you, because this must have come as a shock to you in your life. You were diagnosed with Hodgkins Lymphoma. Did you have any signs? How did it all come about for you?
It was a bit of a shock. I had a back pain for about a year and a half, and I thought it was actually a hockey injury. And I'd been going to see an orthopedist and physical therapist for about a year, and it seemed to get better, seemed to get worse, seemed to get better, seemed to get worse, and then it worsened in December 2008, and I went back to the orthopedist, who said, well, let's send you for a test. And I had an MRI, and they thought that it was probably a herniated disc, but that there was something else showing up in the MRI scan that looked like they weren't sure what it was, and they said, well, maybe we go for a blood test. And then that went into a bone scan, went into another targeted MRI, and it was a bit of a shock when they said it's either a bone infection, which is very hard to diagnose, or a lymphoma. We're going to throw you on a PET CT machine, which is a $10,000 scan, and if you have any cancer in your body, it fluoresces. Okay. And the technician said, you lit that thing up like a Christmas tree.
Whoa.
So it was definitely a shock to hear how far along things were.
And it's a shock to hear you describe how you found it. I mean, like you said, run-of-the-mill back pain.
Yep.
I mean, everybody, I mean, at some point
a lot of us just ignore it. We're getting older.
Yeah, exactly. And then to progress and then have a regular blood test, which then, I mean, it must have been something that was, did it happen quickly from start to finish when you started to look into it further?
Once they started the tests, it went really fast.
Really?
I would say I had all of those tests within about a 3 to 4 week period.
Well, Brent, this is then where your story comes in, because you were very moved by what was happening with Derek. How did it sort of push you into action?
Well, actually, a few of us were on a conference call with Derek, and that's how we found out that he was diagnosed with stage 4. And I had seen some information about TNT. I was doing a few races last year, and kind of stuck in my mind. And then I went, sitting on the back burner on the sidelines, going, what can I offer? He's in a different city, and it felt really, really helpless. And I said, if I can at least start doing something that will contribute to funding a cure and patient support, then maybe that's my role to play in this. I'm running anyway, so let's just step it up a bit and see what the next challenge is.
Well, tell us about Team in Training, because it's very unique, isn't it?
Yeah, so Team in Training was the first of its kind. It's been running for over 20 years now, and they've reached over $1 billion raised through the different Team in Training members. You can travel to a number of different cities across the globe and compete in half marathons, full marathons. They have distance triathlons and also century rides. And you can choose to either walk or run them, depending on what your athleticism level is at. I've decided to run. I'm not sure that my level is there, but we'll see what that throws out for us here in Ottawa. And there's a number of people in Ottawa doing it. They offer you support through Team in Training, both through coaching. There's a nutritionist who does conference calls with us as well. And then there's a campaign manager who helps us with our fundraising activities.
Wow, it's so wonderful to actually get out there. I mean, we've talked about it before the show, that we all run for different reasons or do your exercise. It's so fun to actually put a cause and a meaning behind it. And specifically Team in Training, if I'm correct, all of the funding goes to Leukemia and Lymphoma Society of Canada, right?
That's right,
Can you tell us a little bit about what it is and what it is?
So Leukemia and Lymphoma Society of Canada funds cancer research into lymphomas, leukemia, and myelomas. And they also offer patient support to people diagnosed with those blood cancers.
So, Brent, how does the fundraising aspect of the run work for you?
So far, they provide an online site. The goal I set was $5,000, and we've already reached about $3,800 of that. So far, so good. And I haven't had an event yet. Very generous, very giving support network. The social networking sites are wonderful. Shows like this, obviously, who help promote the fact that we're doing events and promote the cause of Team in Training. So I really haven't had to put a lot into it yet, so I feel a little bit spoiled. I'm thinking we're going to have to up that goal just to make it more of a challenge.
Yeah, make more money, for sure. Well, Derek, I might be putting you on the spot here. I apologize in advance for that. But, I mean, how did it feel to you to find out that your friends were we're rallying like this for you.
Well, obviously it's incredibly humbling. I've gotten through this with so much great support from people like Brent. My fiance left her job for 6 months to come and take care of me. I'm truly blessed to have friends like Brent, and it's very inspiring as well to know that, you know, what I really regard as my battle was different in the sense that I really didn't have a choice, whereas Brent's got a choice, and choosing to dedicate his effort to something so noble, it's very humbling.
Is the battle over for you, Derek?
Well, it is for now. I've been in full remission since October. I had 6 months of intensive chemotherapy. Very happy to have my hair back.
I was going to beat him on that.
Gaining weight, yeah. Brent was quite happy when I had less.
Looking at you, I mean, you're the picture of health. You would never know that you've been through such an ordeal.
I had a superb medical team. You know, they did work a miracle in my case. So I'm in full remission. I've got monthly checkups to look forward to for the next year, and then, you know, 5 years of checkups. But the success rate of battling Hodgkins lymphoma is very high, even when you catch it late. So I think I'm good for another 80 or 90 years.
Excellent.
Fantastic. And you got this running, this guy running 42 kilometers for
support,
you.
right?
No kidding.
And the more money, the more research and everything.
That's right.
So.
Brent, for people that want to donate or interested finding out about the events you and your team have planned, what's the best way to find out?
So you can hit the teamintraining.ca website /donate, and that'll get you to any one of the team members. Or you can drop me an email at runningforderek@gmail.com.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Guys, thanks so much for being
Thanks a
here.
lot, guys.
Great to see you guys again, and good luck, Derek.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, and as well, if you want to find out more, you can go to www.tinyurl.com/running4Derek. He's not far from his goal, so if we get to the 5,000, he'll pop it up another notch.
That's right.
We're just speaking for him. It's going to happen. Listen, don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
La, la, la. Hey, hey. Yeah,
This week, Crime Stoppers and the Ottawa Police need your help to solve a case of theft. On December 5th, 2009, about 3:45 a.m., a man walked into the Petro-Canada station at 42 Montreal Road in Ottawa's Vanier sector. He asked the clerk to change a $100 bill. When the clerk told him he couldn't, the suspect implied that he had a weapon in the pocket of his sweatshirt and told the clerk to give him all the money. The suspect took the cash and fled on foot. He's described as a white male in his mid-20s, 5 feet 8 inches tall with a muscular build. He had reddish-brown hair.
If you have information about this robbery or any other crime, call Crime Stoppers. 613-233-TIPS. That's 613-233-8477. Or toll free at 1-800-222-8477. Our website, crimestoppers.ca. You can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Remember, Crime Stoppers does not subscribe to call display. Your call will not be recorded, and you will not have to testify in court. If your information leads to an arrest and/or charges, you may qualify for a cash reward of up to $2,000. Be a crime buster and call today.